Welcome to Fusion Point for all your Geforce NOW and Xbox news with your hosts Barry and Duncan. I thought it was never going to end, or who made that stupid trailer?
Do you know what? I was watching it going, bloody hell, this is a good intro. I forgot we did this.
Yep, so we are back again. Yes, there has been a week off there due to unforeseen circumstances, but we are back again. We're going to be talking about all the GFN and some Xbox news. We're going to have a bit of fun as well. And yeah, we'll start this all off. Barry, how the hell are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Been super busy with work and a couple of vacation days, if you like. But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. How about yourself?
I am awesome as normal. So we've got a wee bit to actually talk about because of last week as well. So we will talk quickly. What have you been playing, Barry?
I knew you were going to ask me that. So, I mean, it's a kind of a giveaway, really, considering it's what we do at the start of every show. But so I've been a little bit light in the past week, but the things that I have been playing, I did about an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours of the Invincible last week, which was pretty good. I really enjoyed that. I've played a little bit of Football Manager. What else have I played? I've played the Ghost Runner 2 demo. I've played a couple of matches in CSGO. And I want to say that I think that's it. Oh no, Railway Tycoon. I've done a little bit of that as well.
Cool. What have I been doing over the last week? And I've just done something stupid there, which I need to fix. I have been I get me multitasking here. We don't like that. I've just done it again. The absolute balloon. And what I have been doing is I've been messing about with this bad boy, which is the PlayStation Portal.
Very nice.
Very nice. For comparison's sake, I was meant to try and put a bit of a thing up, but it's been a bit hectic. That is it compared to the oldie normal Steam Deck, not the new funky OLED one, but that is what it's compared to the Steam Deck. I'm close to hitting the trigger. Because after playing this and then putting on the Steam Deck, you notice the screen difference. I know people have been yapping about the screen on this one. Let's see if I can actually switch this bad boy on here. People have been talking about this is just a LCD screen. It's a fantastic sort of screen on it here. So I've showed you a wee bit of this and you were sort of impressed with it there.
Yeah, I mean, certainly over when we were talking about it over a chat like this, I mean, the screen quality certainly translated pretty well over that. So it did look pretty impressive.
Now we had. I bet this isn't going to start because just to make a liar out for me, but I'm really quite happy with that. Cloud's going on to that. It's just a matter of when Cloud's going on to that. It's still confinement. We had a power outage, and you know what the PlayStation's like. If it gets knocked out, we aren't starting. You're going to have to hit buttons and all that. So I think that's what's going on with that. But this here is fantastic. I really, really like it. It's actually working. Going to be really sad here to show you what I have been playing because me and Kelly have been playing this a lot. This is the chill out game for over the winter and it is Farm Together. That's really quite bright, isn't it? But that is what it looks like there. And as you can see, it's just log into my little farm here, but it is working fabulously here, and the screen quality is class. Having the rumble on there, it's just brilliant. And what I like about it as well, you know, in your DualSense, it's all you have the lights.
Yeah.
The lights are down the whole side now. It's typical PlayStation. PlayStation is Apple. It's just all the little subtle changes to it. But there you go. I know some people have been having issues with it. Again, we're going to have some bad streaming on this. And it probably won't be as sharp.
Evening case ball. I love it. Doug, I don't know if you could see that in front of the portal, but he's just said, so of all the games to put on, Duncan puts a simulator that would run on a fridge.
Yes. But this is just a portal. Okay, what we'll do here is we'll stick on one of my favorite games, which of this year. I'm going to stick on. We'll just wait till it loads up here. But yeah, if you've got a PlayStation and you just want to sit about and watch stuff on TV while wanting to play PlayStation, that is fantastic. I'm telling you that it's got me playing this a hell of a lot more as well on the Steam Deck.
That's a good thing.
Yes, I put on a simulator fridge, but yeah, this is brilliant, and you can see where they're going for this. You got any questions about it while I'm waiting for this game to load up?
No, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is obviously it seems, I think as you'd expect with most things, it comes across as being reliant on a good network setup at home. Okay, well, maybe you're blowing a hole in that theory, but I was going to say, because I've seen, I think as you alluded to earlier, a few people kind of having some issues with it, and you kind of question whether it relates to maybe not the best of connections or best of Wi-Fi's or that sort of stuff at home. But I mean, it looks, I don't know why, but I mean, when you hold it up, I think to me, it feels like it looks, I don't know why, but it's bigger than I thought it would be in my head, especially when you compared it to the Steam Deck.
Oh, people have been talking about the touchscreen. I have found the touchscreen is fine for what you need to use it for. So I've nearly got a game running here. Guess what game it is?
Oh, I'm not going to guess. I think we just let people in chat guess, surely, because I'll probably guess and you'll be like, yeah.
And there we go. There, since we were slagging off my little farm together, here, let's have a little Assassin's Creed Mirage. So it's a bit hard to actually do this. There we go. But there it is, Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's all back to front here. So I've had a couple of wobbles now and again, but generally it is dead on. And the way I would describe it is, as you would probably expect, is it's like GFN Ultimate quality while running it. And you know how much of a thing that is. It's just really, really good. You do have some frame drops now and again. You do have some of the other things, but it's basically cloud gaming. But I'm really, really happy with that. Just being able to pick it up in the morning without having to put the TV on is class. Coming down to my PlayStation's in my bedroom, so coming down here, if I want to watch TV down here, I can drop that down and play it. It's brilliant, and it feels really, really good in your hands.
Happy days.
See, yes, I do play games other than other games, what we're not talking about there. there is some issues with it, to be completely honest with you. You don't have you can't swap accounts easily. You have to log out and log back in the game, which is a pain in the arse, basically, to do that. If I got that fixed, I would be happy, because I want to. I picked up a couple of games in the PlayStation sale, and GT. I'm starting to play GT and go through my licenses there. I haven't played that on it yet because it's on the other account. I've got this account set up just for platinum trophies. You have to have a platinum trophy one. But there we go.
There you go. Caseball's got a question for you. Can it do emulation?
I haven't went into much. You can probably hack it, but it's PlayStation. They've locked it down a fair bit. Remember, there's not even Bluetooth on this. And you can't use proper headsets. What I have actually been using, I have been using my PlayStation headset, just plugged straight into my PlayStation. Even when coming down the stairs, it's still connected and it's still working okay. I do want to get the new headset as well. So yeah, you can't do emulation. It is just full. It's streaming your PlayStation in the cloud. But if you're a big PlayStation fan, and there you go, that's still running, by the way, and still looking grand. If you're a big PlayStation fan and you have the use case for it, go for it. And I'm telling you now, this is going to sound weird. People have been yapping about the screen. At times, I think it's better looking than my TV. Even playing it on the small sort of thing. My TV's a 4K, HDR, all that sort of stuff. I sometimes think that actually looks better there. No, it's completely locked off. You cannot do any cloud streaming on it at all. So you can't even log onto your PlayStation 5 to do that. No, so you can't do that. So I like it, but yes, there is no web browser on it. That is correct. So you can't go and do that. Carry on. But I'm telling you now, Xbox should be all over this, like completely and utterly all over this. I think you've seen, yes, there has been some negative sort of stuff out there, people slagging it off, but for people who have got it and they hit that scenario where it works for them, and it's a game changer. It really is a game changer. I know it's just remote play, but it does make a big difference.
I think it leans into that, and I yeah, as much as Caseball was asking there, I very much see cloud being playable on it at some point.
I'm telling you now, cloud will be playable on that really soon. Yeah. I think they're just trying to baby step it. Game changing, I mean, it's just pick up and go. It's really actually hard to put it into words how good this is. It's literally just being able to pick that up and walk about with it. I know it's just remote play, but it's PlayStation 5, so everything just works. These are proper DualSense onto it. The screen is really good. It's one of them things, if you get it into your hand and start playing about with it, you go, yeah, this is really good. I know this looks really daft. It is literally just DualSense on the side with a screen in the middle. It works. It just works. So people, I know people are making fun of me for saying that, but yeah, being able to sit down and watch football matches, hockey matches, even watching a movie while just playing that in the background is so good. Yes, I could hook it up to my phone and put on a little backbone and stuff onto my phone to do a remote play that way, but that's a pain in the backside. This is all PlayStation 5, so yeah. That's why I like it. It's the same. I did go on to the Android. I got myself a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra Super Duper Edition. So many good things about it. So many iffy stuff. I went back to the iPhone because it just works. It just works. You just go in, jump in. Don't worry. You know it's going to work. That's what it is.
Yeah. And do we think? I guess having tried both, other than obviously you saying it's a pain, what would you say the merit is of it over a backbone and an iPhone or a controller connected to an iPad?
Because you can just pick it up and not have to worry about holding it.
That's fair. That's fair. That is absolutely fair.
Yeah, so with that, I really like it. Nectar, yes. After playing that, I do hope they bring out a PSP of a sort as well. Make a PlayStation 4, up to PlayStation 4, because that's what the Switch is going to be, or the Switch 2. It's going to be PlayStation 4, being able to play PlayStation 4 games on the go, which you've already owned. I think that, and that's the next logical step for this, if they can do that. So I'm hoping to do that. But the Steam Deck go down versus the PlayStation Portal, I believe the price will go down. Steam Deck's double the price of that. Over double the price. They're for two different sort of things. I would not be able to play Mirage. Oh, there's Mirage still running, still all working fine. Despite some of the things out there, I would not be able to play Mirage in the same quality on the Steam Deck, even with the OLED. And I would that. They're two different sort of markets.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah. We'll move on. We spent too much talking about PlayStation and Xbox and GFN sort of thing, but I'm really hopeful that Xbox bring out something similar, because we did know that they were thinking about doing something along those lines. And with that big massive leak that came out during the Activision trial, they were mentioning that sort of thing. So if Xbox bring one out similar to that, with xCloud on it as well, away I go. That would be me getting that as well.
Happy days.
Happy days. So this bright lights. Barry, I'm going to let you tackle this one first. We weren't here last week. Speaking of Xbox, what did they add to GFN last week?
So there was an update which rolled out for obviously for the PT app and also on mobile, which means that you can then basically sync your games, and obviously it controls your login as well for Xbox. So there's automatic sign in, and obviously it is if you've got the account, once you pay your details, it syncs basically everything that's available to play, via that, which, do you know what, is pretty, for me, I think when Game Pass, PC Game Pass dropped onto GFN, the having to sign in every time you loaded it, straight away you could see people's reaction to it was, yeah, it's great, we've got it. However, the fact that we're having to sign in every time is a complete pain. So the fact that within a few months of that dropping in and them starting to pick up a good number, a good chunk of games, we've already seen that auto sync. We see the benefit of it with Ubisoft. We see the benefit of it with Steam. The fact that you can do it with Xbox, it makes it so much better.
Cool. That's what we want. We want account syncing with everything. We now need the Epic Game Store one, because that is the big one which is missing there. Because everybody who claims for free games each week, or tries to, in my case, remember to do them. Good one this week. You can talk about that one this week. Actually, we'll talk about that one now. Here we go, since we're talking about What do you think of this week's Epic?
But that's a
game?
curveball. I haven't been onto the Epic Game Store today, so I don't know what it is.
You do not know what the game is. It is a game you have played this year. You have liked it. It is a sequel to a game. Deliver Us.
Was it Deliver Us Mars?
Yes. It is Deliver Us Mars.
Is that this week's Epic Game?
Yeah.
Holy. That is a absolute... Yes, I can talk about that.
You tell us about this week's Epic Game then.
So, I had no idea that it was Deliver Us Mars. That is a absolutely fantastic ad. For those, I mean, what I would say is 100%. It's definitely worth playing Deliver Us the Moon if you've not played it. But Deliver Us Mars continues the story. It's got some great voice acting, some great story writing in there, and it's really well polished. It plays really well, and it does a good job of telling a really good story. So it's well worth adding that to your library and making sure that you get on it. And I have to say as well, playing it on GFN, if you're on Ultimate, it looks stunning.
And yes, this is 100% free. Go pick that up. And it is available on GFN. The Epic Game Store version is available there. So it's one if you really enjoyed that game, didn't you?
I absolutely did. I was looking for, after I finished Deliver Us the Moon, when they announced that they were doing Deliver Us Mars, I was like, from day one, I was hyped. I could not wait to play it. And there's an element of linking in the stories there as well. So it definitely makes sense to play them in order.
And the best news about that, it's got a cheevies. It's got a cheesy on Epic. So yes, which is always good here. So we've got a question. World of Warcraft coming to PC Game Pass. Will it boost PC Game Pass when it's on GFN? World of Warcraft, I'm pretty sure it already came out and said it's not going to Game Pass. You may get an expansion or two or something like that, but you're going to still have to pay for your sub.
Yeah. For it.
So there will be that coming to GFN. Yeah, they'll probably boost the numbers up a bit as well. The biggest thing from Warcraft now being under the Xbox umbrella is the likelihood of it going to be a console port.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Well, and mind you, on saying that, would you want that? I don't know if people would want that.
I would say yes, because people have already got it set up for console. You can play World of Warcraft on console. Yeah. You've got Final Fantasy 14. It's on PlayStation.
Yeah. No, I guess so. I guess I always automatically for me, World of Warcraft just resonates PC, and
yeah,
and kind of stays there. So I guess that's probably why I think that.
Got more wanting of games here. Halo is coming. All the information I'm getting is Halo is coming. It's just when it's coming is a bit more of the issue. With Forza Horizon 5, I still think there's probably maybe trying to iron out stuff there with the licensing, because there's a lot of music in that, and there is a lot of what's Lego? Yes, that is Lego. The second expansion was it was good and bad at the same time. It was forgettable. I think that's the best. When you actually play it, the second one's like a rally expansion, and it was I enjoyed it when I was playing it, but then I completely forgot about it. The Lego one, you remember that a bit more. So no, that's not Lego. It's Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels.
It's Hot Wheels, yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's probably a bit of that. But if you don't really know that, bringing games to GFN is not a flick of a switch. some of these games cannot come because of licensing reasons. They may not have the license for it to go into the cloud. It's basically just all of that, which then slows things down. See, that for me, people are saying Halo's a big miss. I am shocked that ESO isn't on yet. But the one,
I don't think
for
that's
me,
far away, is it?
I don't think that one's far away. The big one for me, not being on GFN, is Sea of Thieves. Because that is a constant. That is a gas game which never going away. They've just launched their next season of that. And yeah, it's looking good because I'm actually going to be playing it next month when they bring in the co-op and no PvP. It's just going to be PvE. I'm going to be all over that. I'm really surprised that hasn't come. It must be because of the Disney stuff.
Well, it's got to be some connection to licensing, hasn't it? You would think.
Yeah.
You would definitely think. But I mean, I understand why. Obviously, it was announced in September that Halo was going to be coming. And it was obviously on the list of games that were due to be next. Now, obviously, that's not happened. But absolutely, I'm agreeing with those in the chat. I think it's definitely high up on the priority list. And if it dropped before Christmas or in the lead up to Christmas, I think it would be absolutely spot on. They need to get them, they need to get it there. It's the one, it feels like it's the one title that jumps out at the moment with everybody saying, where is Halo? We want Halo.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to probably be proven wrong here, but I think there'd be other games which are more important. New season of Halo, there's 5,000. Here I'm just going to be made to look like a complete Egypt.
Whilst you're looking at that, I'm going to agree with Kay's ball. 100%. I 100% agree with what Kay's ball has just said. I feel like EA have totally gone to sleep when it comes to putting their games on GFN. And how the fact that they, as you said, they don't have their full EA Play library on GFN is a shocker.
Yeah, so there's twice as many people playing Sea of Thieves on Steam than there is Halo. It's one of them ones. It's the vanity versus sanity sort of argument, which we won't go into again. Where Halo's is a much bigger name than Sea of Thieves, but Sea of Thieves has got the player base. Yeah, and the EA stuff is just ridiculous. They should be really all over that. I am really surprised we haven't got the Dead Space remake on yet.
Yep. We just, I don't know I genuinely don't know what's going on with it at the moment. I really don't. I can't. It's been months since they added a game. Literally has been months since they added a game.
Okay. We're 30 minutes or halfway through here and we haven't even talked about the games coming, so I think we're probably will do that. But here's the first game.
That's because you spent 20 minutes talking about the Portal.
Don't talk about the. Still working.
Oh, here he is. He's back. It's back.
Still working. I haven't had Jedi's Fallen Survivor either, which is a bit mad.
Yep. That is, I am. I think I'll use the words I'm disappointed in EA.
Big words coming from you there. Do you know anything about this game?
Apart from the fact that I've got it in my library several times over.
That's not a good sign.
I've not got around to playing it.
86 ratings, 2 stars. That sounds like that's a ringing endorsement of that game.
Yeah. It's not. It definitely isn't a ringing endorsement, but it's kind of. if I remember, I don't know. I think I got it on Epic. I think it might be the free Epic game at one point. And I started it, and I was just like, I actually thought, yeah, it's not what I was hoping.
Next up, it hasn't been rated at all, which is always a good sign. But I can actually say this is a fun game. This is the Walking Dead Bridge Constructor Edition. Carry on if you like bridge constructors.
I love it. Dear. I mean, I was just thinking back to our conversation before we hit the button to go live about how we kind of went, yeah, those games.
Yeah, I go, okay, since Kate, we could just go, what do we think is going to happen over the next, okay, we'll go through the games quickly and I'll go what's, Bridge Constructor, Walking Dead. I think it's fine.
No, it is. It's absolutely fine. You know, it's good for a bit of fun.
Bus Simulator 21 Next Stop Gold Edition. I think the problem is, we'll probably come on to this shortly. It's basically going to sum up all these games here. The next one is Chivalry 2, which is fine, and then you can play it with Game Pass here. The Epic Game Store version of Dungeons 4. If you're going to spend 45 quid if you don't have Game Pass. Yeah, I can see that happening, all right.
Well, see, the interesting thing is Dungeons 4... There's no Xbox version of that, is there?
Oh, I just did that completely wrong there. Skip that bit.
Oh dear. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Dungeons 4 was on the list for Xbox, wasn't it, the other week?
Yes.
It's not on Xbox, on GFN.
Yep. This one, I like the look of. It's a deck builder. At least it's something different. That is a new game for this week. It's not one of the ones from before. Deck builder, go around doing stuff. Yep, that looks right up my sort of alley there. I think I'll skip most of these because they're just it's just the same ones over and over again, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, pretty much everything that is on this week's list is stuff that we've had before from different storefronts.
Yeah, so we'll knock that in the head before I get myself into even more trouble.
Oh, definitely. Well, yeah, absolutely. Especially as you know, we've got 2 votes in chat for talking about what games we want this year. Do we want to talk about this year, or do we want to talk? Is it too early to talk about what we want next year?
Well, what do we think is going to happen over the next couple of months? We'll talk about that. Yeah, it is a complete another filler week. Yeah, let's just call it what it is. There, all them games bar that one, I think, were already on GFN. Not very exciting. It was. I will paraphrase and make it into Duncan language. I think it was pushed out the door because it's Thanksgiving week in the States, and we know GFN are based out there, so they have probably did that. Nothing wrong with that. Let them go and enjoy their holidays. It's actually a lot more games than I thought we were going to get because it's Thanksgiving week, if we're going to be honest as well.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, as you say, it possibly is why maybe that list comprises of games that are already there that they know perform and work, and there's minimal work to get it on there, really.
But if you remember back, like last year or the years before, when it's we'll say a holiday week, you'll be lucky getting a couple of games, and then we've got 18. And then I've got 18. Yes, so a lot of basically all the same. But there we go. So, what do we think is coming in the next couple of months?
Well, I mean, I think one thing that's nailed on that Kay's Ball will be happy that we'll briefly touch on is, of course, Avatar. Surely that's nailed on to be dropping in.
Yep, Avatar would be 100% there. It's really hard to see predict at this moment in time what is going to happen. We've got EA seems to have dried up.
Yep. No, it sure has.
And which is very, very frustrating. We do have the good things to look forward to relatively soon. And I'm still sticking my neck out here. I still say this is going to happen this year. We're going to get the Activision games. Again, I don't think we're going to get a big... I'm still going to say that we're going to get like Crash Bandicoot or something along them lines before the end of the year.
No, I genuinely don't think that's going to happen. For me, I think obviously Thanksgiving really, obviously big holiday in the States, but it really kind of kicks off and cements the holiday season as there's the run up to, that Christmas period. I think at this point to close out the year, I think we are literally seeing Xbox stuff, obviously Avatar. We are just navigating our way through the year and rounding it off, making sure we've got what we need. Minus, I'm not expecting anything from Activision by the end of this year, and at this point, I'm also not expecting anything else from EA. I think, it would be nice if we could have something from Take-Two. I'd like to see maybe a Mafia or something, or 2K, whatever way you want to look at it. But they're the kind of things I'd like to maybe see them do is maybe like a Mafia Definitive Edition. GTA's been mentioned in the chat, of course. But for me, some of the Xbox games that people are wanting, that people, your BSOs, your Halo Infinites, your Sea of Thieves, Duncan. I think that that should be dropping in, and then some 2K stuff. Mafia Definitive Edition absolutely for me sticks out. I think that'd be a good one to get on, but I don't think we're going to see. Personally, I don't feel like we're going to see anything that is game changing or reinvents the wheel by the end of the year. I think Avatar will have a strong. Feel like Avatar will have a potentially well presented release, and it will look and it will run really well in GFN, and that's possibly the biggest highlight that we'll see between now and the end of this year.
I'm still saying we're going to get an Activision game. I think Microsoft want to get that monkey off their back as soon as possible, not for the GFM reasons, even getting some smaller rights into the Game Pass library. That's why I'm thinking we're going to see. They're not smaller rights, but you know what I mean, not the big hitters what you're wanting, like the Call of Duties and Diablos. I'm talking about the lesser known ones into the library there. What's that game called? It's just went out from my head. Prototypes, Sparrow, Crash, Lost Vikings, the Blizzard Collection, those things along them sort of lines. As I go, we said we weren't going to put any Activision games in before the end of the year, but we've managed to be able to do X, Y, and Z. We've got these ones in, we'll sneak these ones in, go on and try, and we'll have more to tell you next year about Activision games coming.
Let's see, Let's see what happens. I think that's how we start 2024.
Just bang! Here's all the Activision games.
Well, not all of them, but I think that's how January. I think middle week of January, possibly. If there's, I don't think we'll get it as an announcement at the start of January that there's those things coming. I think we'll have a mid-Jan update that comes out of nowhere and goes, bang! Here we go. We're bringing this, and that'll probably be the earliest for me.
So, what else do we think is going to be happening in GFN land?
I don't know.
Soon. In the next this time next year.
I mean, this time, yeah, Caseball makes a valid point. Do you know what? I think it's difficult. I genuinely feel like it is this year more than any other. As we approach the end of the year, feels like the hardest thing to be in a position to go. We're going to predict that that's what they're going to do. Because there's no new graphics cards, so I don't think there's going to be anything hardware-wise. So whatever they do is either going to be content, user interface, or feature-based. Those things for me could be maybe some of the only ways that what I would like to see is if they utilized and did some collaboration between the GFN app. So if you're on the GFN app on PC, they've got a tie-in with NVIDIA Broadcast, and you can stream from within it, and they make the controls there to be able to do it. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but for me, those would be some of the things, particularly if people are, if people like creating content or like streaming, those kind of things that's what I really see them doing. It's continuing now to push on and build out the library, make sure that they're getting more of the games that matter, and then it's user intuitiveness and feature sets that get dropped in, and hopefully Epic Games Sync.
Okay, well, I'm going to go for a couple of wee things here. First things first, I think they're going to support proper monitor sizes. We want the 32:9 support. I think that is going to come just because. Oh, by the way, it's still going on. It's actually just powering off now because I haven't been using it. It's still working fine. We're going to get proper monitor support, 32:9 sort of thing, because that has been pushing quite a lot with the sales or like Black Friday. People have been picking them up. I know it hasn't technically started yet, but we've seen a lot of people starting to pick up these ultra wide monitors, which are so cool. I think we're going to get that. One thing I do think we're going to get, or I'm going to come off of a couple of things. I think we are going to get a Steam Deck app, an official Steam Deck app onto the store, and for people to go in and play that via Steam. I think that will happen. I think we're going to get the official steering wheel support as well in the next 12 months.
Can but hope. I've avoided saying that one because I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, I still think we're going to get that because they are working on it. Because if they get that set up, it opens up the doors for a lot of things, a lot of exciting things for them as well. Because the sim racing community is massive. Like one of my favorite YouTubers is now closing into 1 million, and he does nothing but sim racing. And if you tap into that sort of massive sort of market, it can be such a big thing. And that's Jimmy Broadbent, by the way. I think he's fantastic. It would really be good to see that, and then that could maybe open the doors to bringing in some of the other stuff like iRacing. You get iRacing on the GFN, that lowers the barrier down even more, because a big part of that is there's just so much of sim racing.
Yeah, no, there definitely is. There definitely is. Ah, god damn. Caseball's done it again. He's come off with a corker there. If someone told you that Game Pass and Activision games would be on or coming to GFN by the end of 2023, you would have laughed at them. Anything could happen in 24.
Anything could happen.
And he's got a point. He has got a point, in fairness. I mean, certainly the openly skeptic in me that said I didn't think the Activision deal was going to get over the line. So I definitely wouldn't have said to you that we were getting Xbox games, or we're Activision. So yeah, I guess it is. It just goes to show that anything is possible, doesn't it?
I'm going to pull one out for PlayStation games will come back.
PlayStation PC games. So anything that's a PlayStation PC release.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
The reason why I'm saying that is because we're seeing this out from Xbox, we're seeing this out from PlayStation. Even with the change of leadership, I think we're going to see more of this. Is PC is a big market for them now. Yes, it's not going to get the day and date releases, but it's a secondary market. They're basically using this is the cinema, PC is the video, making their secondary money on the PC. I think the God of War experiment came at a bad time with all the Activision Blizzard something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it would be nice to. It would be nice to see that happen, because I think we've seen, as we've seen with some of the Xbox titles that have launched, we've seen how good God of War looked. I mean, God of War looked better on GFN than it did on a PS5. Yep. So, absolutely. If you think of the possibilities with maybe, your Last of Us Part 1 remastered, your Ratchet and Clanks, your Spider-Man, and, your first Spider-Man, your Miles Morales, you've absolutely got possibility there to kind of showcase how well these things can run. It's just whether or not it happens.
Yep, you just can't predict what will happen. But everything is on the table now.
Yeah, I think it is, and we let's not forget we've seen some games set the bar and demonstrate to people that cloud really is a truly viable alternative or mainstream way to play games, if I'm honest. Look at the performance bump that Baldur's Gate seen. Obviously Baldur's Gate did extraordinarily well anyway, but the number of people that were playing Baldur's Gate on GFN was incredible. We started to see, it was around the release of Baldur's Gate that we actually started to see things like the queuing start to increase for people that were on priority and ultimate, and that's only really kind of gone on from there.
Yeah, it's exciting times, and we're moving into completely uncharted sort of territory, because next year is going to be exciting. We're going to have a new person in charge of PlayStation. The Activision Blizzard stuff will be settled, and we're going to see where they're going to go. We're going to have the Switch 2 going. Steam are just going to continue doing what they do, and you just don't know what they're going to do. Oh no, we're definitely not going to see Stadia 2. But the funny thing is, I actually have access to the playables on YouTube. Oh, speaking of Stadia, we're going to have to get this one out. Phil Harrison was trying to buy Epic Games, and then it all went Pete Tong just to get basically Fortnite on the Stadia.
Surely not. Come on.
Yeah. That would have been a killer.
Yeah. It would have been. It would have been.
Netflix gaming. Will we see the rise of Netflix gaming next year?
I think Netflix will continue to be a slow burn.
I would put it in the Luna category as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's here next year. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just.
I think there's probably a lot going on behind the scenes that is maybe not actively. I mean, yes, there's been the kind of things that they've been looking for, for job listings and that sort of thing. But I think there's definitely things and definitely potential that are going on behind the scenes, which I don't feel is it's not a 3, 6, 9 month thing that will instantly go bang, Netflix gaming is here. I think we'll keep seeing them chip away and add some of those games that you can kind of drop in. But I definitely think I don't think we'll properly start to see something possibly from Netflix in a true fashion if there is stuff there that is going on behind the scenes until probably 2025.
Yeah, I can see. I'm just doing a quick look here. There is a test engineer for Cloud Games SDK. They do seem to have a load of vacancies at this moment in time for games. We'll have to see how it goes. There is a load of potential there, along with Amazon. Oh, Bisteroid, Jesus.
Like a trigger word for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Put it like this. You can see the interview on our channel here, which I conducted over a year ago. And 4K was meant to be here about this time last year, if not before.
Yeah, but then again, I guess we should remember where they're located and some of the possible challenges they've been working with.
Yeah, exactly. We do have that as well.
So, in fairness, but
And I want Xbox to be strong. I want Boosteroid to be strong. If Boosteroid dropped down 4K, Game Pass all built in, and do some things better in GFN, what's going to happen then? GFN are going to have to compete and get better themselves. It's like Xbox. I want Xbox to really succeed. I'm not sure if people have seen the news here. This sold more than Xbox Series X's and S's in Spain over the last week, and people think this is a joke device. Xbox are in a hell of a lot of trouble. Their figures are down across the board, while PlayStations and Switches, which is coming to the end of life, are up year on year. Xboxers are down nearly 50% in places. It looks like the UK is now PlayStation land. It isn't just the whole of Europe. It looks like the UK has switched to PlayStation as well, because it was a pretty close fight here. PlayStation was still out in front, but it was close here. It was sort of like Xbox's second best market, and that is now over here we have flipped to PlayStation. We don't want Xbox like that.
Is it a fair representation though? I mean, like, obviously, look, for me, how do I say this without sounding like an absolute dafty? I don't think there is a way of saying it without sounding like an absolute dafty. But the Portal is an accessory to the console. So, in a very extreme way, obviously the console is double the price because it's a different beast. And without the Portal, without the console, the Portal doesn't function. So, in a roundabout way, I kind of feel like that's a little bit like somebody saying, oh, the Pulse headset outsold the Xbox in the month of November, because it's an accessory. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I think there is. It's kind of, now what I would say is, coming back to some of the earlier conversations, if the Portal was a PSP-like device and didn't launch in the way that it is now, if maybe there were some more of the features and it had some of that kind of capability and it was maybe a slightly different device that was more geared towards the handheld, then certainly I would then be saying, well, actually, let's then look at the comparison in the handheld market.
Yeah. I was just being naughty. I was being naughty. I admit when I'm being naughty. Yeah.
There you go.
But
There's the bait, eh?
Yeah. Generally, Xbox is in a word of heart over here, but we take out the funny business with this. Their sales are down over 50% in places, while PlayStations and Switches are up, are positive. Xboxes is down. People are not buying the consoles. So that basically goes into case balls. Do you think have a PC and it's prudent to buy a PlayStation 5 over an Xbox? If you've got a decent enough PC, yes, buy a PlayStation 5 over a PC. And that is the reason why Xbox's figures are probably higher. And looks like they're going to be doing pretty well because people are playing it on the PC.
Yeah, and I would 100% agree with that. I think, I had both of what was essentially the next gen consoles at the time, and as soon as I'd done the upgrades and stuff on my PC, I got rid of my Xbox, and then it was PC and PS5, and obviously GFN and yada yada yada. But that was the route I took for the exact reason. I remember saying to Duncan, I'm not, since I've got my PC, I've not turned my Xbox on, because actually my PC is doing it better than my Xbox was.
Yep. And that's the good thing and the bad thing about Xbox. I do not want Xbox to go away. I want them to still make consoles. I think they might have to change. There's a load of things I would change with that. With Xbox and their achievement system. You may think this is the biggest load of fucking nonsense going, but there is one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube is platinum hunting trophies, and so many of the people who are platinum hunting used to be Xbox people, and they switched to PlayStation because of the platinum trophy system, because it feels more rewarding. That's one of the things I would change on Xbox straight away. I've said this before to you, and it's going to sound really daft. When I play on the PlayStation, it feels like I'm playing something, but when I'm playing on Xbox, I know it's playing the same games, but it just feels different playing on the different consoles. One feels like I'm connected to the ecosystem and connected to the whole thing. I'm playing this because I want to get my platinums and want to do this and this. And the other one, I'm just playing games and getting achievements on the way. It feels like a means to an ends on Xbox, where I'm more invested when I'm playing on PlayStation for whatever reason. It's really, really weird. They need to give me a bit more onto that to do it, because I love Game Pass. I like playing on the Xbox, despite all that. But it just needs... It's too corporate, nearly. It's like... It's too clinical. Not enough into it. Like even them stupid collectibles you get on PlayStation for if you log into this game, you're going to get this little collectible. It's like subtle touches. It's Android versus Apple.
Yeah, I mean, and especially I think with obviously the recent changes they've made to Xbox Rewards, because obviously the Xbox Rewards, the amount that you now have to get in order to redeem the same things as you had to before, have changed. They've made changes there. So, for example, I think the easiest example I can think off the top of my head, a month of PC Game Pass used to be like 7,000. It's like 6,800, 7,000, and it's now 9,200 when you're claiming your rewards. So even though you're obviously going through and get your gamer score, and when you play a PC game, you're getting rewards, and you might do your activities to kind of find yourself in that ecosystem, they've lengthened that gap to make it harder for people to, to almost claim some of the rewards that there were before.
Happy said the reason Xbox not doing well, in my opinion, is the history and bad PR. If I say which console's synonymous with the Champions League,
PlayStation.
What's the biggest sporting event in the world?
World Cup.
Okay. Or yearly competition. It's the Champions League.
Yeah.
Year in, year out, it's the Champions League because it's football. And PlayStation are 100 million% connected with that. That is a PR thing that Xbox, they could go for the marketing rights for the Champions League. It would cost them an absolute arm and a leg, but that means bang, 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 bang. It could start to turn the tide. You have to spend money to make money. Xbox is in it. They've got all the tools. We've been saying this for how many years now? They've got everything there set up, ready for them to go, but they just haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No, we're not talking about that, Caseball. We are not talking about that. It is a sore subject.
Of course it is. Caseball's got a question. It says, now GFN is doing it better than Xbox Series X, game for game. Do you think this is why MS are really drip feeding their big hitters?
Yes and no. Yes, I think they are trying to go as slow as possible, but remember they've got a court order sort of swinging over them, so they are going to have to get a move on. So I think they are dragging their heels in, but I don't think they can drag their heels in for too much longer. Because if GFN wanted to, they could start stirring and going, why aren't we getting this game? Because we want to put these out to our customers in Europe. As part of this arrangement you have struck with the EU, I think we're going to get them.
God damn Brexit. If it wasn't for that, we'd have been in the EU. We'd have been in the EU, dude. We'd have been fine.
We're better out.
Not from a gaming perspective, we're not.
I'm not joking about that, and I'm not giving my thoughts on Brexit and all that sort of but yeah, it's all fun. It is all fun. So there we are, up to the hour mark. Give us a comment below. Give us some questions for next week, and we will rock on with it. I think just by having a look here of all the comments and stuff, I think people prefer that sort of format instead of going, this game is coming, this game is coming. We'll try this going forward.
Absolutely. I think that's I think, in the first one we did, obviously we tried to have like a bit of a hot topic, clearly. This week's hot topic was, what do we think is going to happen? And what do we want to see? So I think that it's definitely a strong way forward, and it's important for us as well, because obviously you guys in chat are asking questions, we get to answer them. Yeah,
exactly. So thank you. Okay, should I cannot answer that because it's a live Court Cup topic. That's a way to get out from.
What a get out that is. That's gonna be let's have a conversation on Twitter or on Discord, and
that is one I would have to have privately.
Yes, yeah.
But I'm going to say is if someone died suddenly, it was 100%. You're going to get investigated if you were involved in it, even if it was 100% accident. So What's going on at the moment is what you would expect.
Absolutely is.
But thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend. Play lots of games. Play lots of games on the PlayStation Portal. And
One more plug before we go.
And we will see you all again soon.
Catch you later.